Hi everybody, welcome back. I got this teal F150, came in on the hook just now. Check that out. And they're complaining about a no start. So before I do anything, let's see if it does not start. Nope. Okay, time to start pushing. But before I drag everyone out here to help me push this thing, let's see what we got going on. Oh, look at that. It's a 306 old straight 6 Ford motor. Fancy. Okay, it's been tinkered on before. Looks like it's got a new distributor. Plugs and wires are new. That's not looking too fantastic. The power wires on that coil. Can't say I'm thrilled about that, but that may not be the problem. It's also got a new nadir, and they have completed the emission system delete modification, complete with AC delete. That's for extra horsepowers. Okay. Well, let's figure out why it doesn't start. I'm leaning towards fuel related at this point, but I'll check everything over, do my due diligence, and we'll see what's going on with this thing. So let's see if it will run on some high pressure atomized hydrocarbons. Oh, nope, come here. It's not gonna run on anything if I can't stop dropping all my stuff. Let's insert some fuel. That's good. And now let's see if it starts. If it tries to start, that tells me we have a fuel problem and not an ignition problem. But nope. Perhaps it is an ignition problem. Okay, I am gonna push it in the shop this time. Okay, I've gone ahead and put the charger on this. This weak looking battery was having a very hard time turning this engine over, even just the few times I tried to crank it. So I'm gonna let this charge for a while. In the meantime, I'm gonna check and see if there's any spark coming out of this distributor. I'll go ahead and pull the center wire. That's the one that goes straight from the coil. And yes, I know those are crusty, but they probably should still work. All right, this little device is just to test for the presence of ignition spark. I'm gonna plug this side into the wire. There we go. And then I'll just connect the other side to ground somewhere, whatever looks like a good ground. Well, anything should be a good ground. Here we go. Put it up on top next to this idle air control. And then I'm just gonna crank the engine, and I'm gonna watch this this testing tool, and I'm gonna see a spark jump from this point to that point right there. And if I have spark there, I'll check one of the other wires to make sure it's coming out of the distributor and going to the cylinders. If not, then I'll change direction and look somewhere else. Okay, I've got the tool all set up. It's connected to a good ground, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump the starter solenoid and get this engine to crank. Key is on, and we're looking for a spark to appear right here in that little window. Uh-oh, it fell down. Let's try that again. Nope. I hear something loud outside. Oh, that's not good. All right, back to work again. So it's we do not have any spark. I'm going to get this tool out of the way a little bit, and we're going to check for power and everything to the coil. So I've got my test light connected over there to the negative battery cable. Ignition key is still on, and I don't have to try very hard. I can just reach the bare wires. All right, we got voltage there. Let's see, this one All right, that one's got voltage. And this one has voltage. I believe one of these should be grounded. I'm gonna have to pull up the schematics and find out. Okay, let's go to the diagram. So we see here our ignition coil. One of those wires is a constant hot from the fuse box, so that one's in good shape. This one is supposed to be a hot, which is coming out of the ignition control module. And then that third hot that we saw goes to the what's called the radio capacitor, which is a noise suppression system, also coming from the distributor. So those are all supposed to be hot. However, this one coming from the ICM is supposed to intermittently ground, and that's what breaks the circuit in the coil to generate the spark to the distributor. So I believe we have an issue following back over here to our ignition control module, and that's what I'm going to take a look at next. Back over here at the truck, we will find the ignition module located way down here against the driver's side fender well. It's that little computer looking guy bolted to the inner fender. Okay, just for ease of access and testing and whatnot, I'm going to get this ignition module out of the fender because it's a kind of a tight squeeze in there, and I would like to get this out to inspect it. I think somebody changed it once already. Loud noises. But I do not have ignition pulse coming out of this going to my coil, so I'm suspecting this module could be faulty. Yeah, someone has replaced this already once. It's fairly newish looking. They missed one of the screws. All right. Okay, so I'm waiting for the ignition module to show up, and I'm gonna tidy up this nasty bit of wiring we have going on here. I will accept no re in the comment section for what I'm about to do. This is a pro bono part of the repair, and they're going to get heat shrink and a new connector, and that will be the end of this. So again, I will be accepting no re's on this one. I'm just trying to make it better than what it is, since I have a moment to kill. If this was a paid-for repair, they would probably be getting new wires, heat shrinked and soldered and all that good stuff. But seeing as how this is a pro bono version, I'm just going to make it better than what we have going on right now, which means I'm going to insulate all these wires that are broken open and change out these very, very shitty connectors. Bring on the heat. All right, good. Do the next one. Okay, it's plugged in. Yank this other guy out of here. Let's see. There we go, a little more space. Man, that's nasty. It's so bad. Okay. This wire is going to take this whole piece of heat shrink. Plus, oh, there's another broken spot down there at the bottom. All right, 2 pieces it is. I'll just re-insulate the whole wire. Okay, let me get this connector crimped on. And then I can seal this one up too. And this probably isn't even necessary. The engine heat will be enough to shrink this, but yeah, just kidding, it's a joke. It's a joke. Not really. so much nicer. Okay. All right. Let me plug in this one so I don't forget where it goes.
A little hot.
A little hot. And I think I can't do this one. Come here. I don't think I can do this one because I'll have to unpin this connector. This thing just falling apart. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that one out, and that's a different size anyway. I'm gonna just tape this one up, and that'll be that for this wire repair. Linear heat shrink, check it out. The latest and greatest. There we go. A little better. And I'll do it double walled so I know it's good. Okay. And that's my good deed for the day. Go through, there we go. Okay, now I can well, reach out a spark after my new ignition module shows up. Okay, well, that wasn't much of a wait at all, actually. By the time I walked over to the service desk, the new one was here. Anyway, that's the new ignition module. I'm going to reuse the original heat sink. And I need to find a replacement screw. That first module only had one screw in it, so I don't want to put it together with just one, so I'm going to go hunt down a backup and see if I can find a second one to bolt this unit down with. Alright, the closest thing that my random drawer has yielded me is this guy right here. It's about the same-ish diameter. I'm going to use this one. There's nothing else even close, so I'm just going to have to ram this guy in and see if the threads take. It may not. But we're going to find out. Yeah, the heat sink won't be very effective if it's not making contact with it. Oh, I feel a bite. Yeah, it's gonna work. Yep, it's cutting. It's going in. Good. Better screwdriver time. Okay, so that little copper colored one was not going to work. I couldn't get it to bite into this, but I do have a self-tapping nut. The problem is it's super long, and it is going to bottom out against the inner fender when I try to install it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this module back off, and then I'm going to run the self-tapper in, cut it off, and then use the threaded portion to secure the other side of this module, because I really do not want to put this module back in with just one bolt. That's just not going to work for me. Yeah, that's going to work. We now find ourselves in another dilemma where the socket does not go inside of the hole to tighten this down, but the threaded end has protruded from the other side. So I will just use pliers, turn this through manually until it's tight, and then I'll cut it off. Clever, yeah? All right, that one's tight. Let's drop in the one that we know is good. And that one's tight. Now let's make this one really tight. And I can cut it off. It's gonna be a two-handed operation. Oh wow, that's a pretty tough bolt. Need bigger cutters. You know, screw this. I'm not gonna try to cut these off with pliers. I have something better. Problem solved. Now let's go install this and see if we have any spark. Before I bolt it in, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it in, and then we're gonna go back to watching the spark tester to see if this thing is gonna give us any juice or not. Alrighty, ignition module's plugged back in. Here's our spark tester. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this engine over, and we should see some very bright purple spark firing this gap right here. I'll take that, I saw it. In case the cam missed it, there we go. I'll turn my light off. We'll do this one more time just to make sure. Okay, we have spark. Let's plug it all back in and watch this thing run. Start. And it's alive. Barely, but it's alive. Wow. Okay. It is alive. Kind of. Dang. Okay, this hunk of Ford's living now. Put their intake back together. And get this thing out of the shop. We got other stuff to bring in. Okay, it's smoothed out a little bit. It was probably flooded very badly from people cranking it, me included, with no spark. But now that's all cleaned out and it's back to its normal operating condition. And don't worry, I'm not going to forget to bolt the module back in. Doing that right now. All right, let's see if I can get some light on the subject. Not much working space under there, but I can kind of see-ish, so need extra hands. All right, here's one bolt. Oh no, I see Scotch lock connectors. Yeah, look. That's not cool. Hate those things. Okay, module's bolted back in. We're in good shape here. Time to pick up the toys. Cool. Okay. Let's see if I remember where reverse is. I think that's it. No. No. That sounded like reverse. There we go. Got it. All right, folks. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this hunk of fur right here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of me old school diagnosing this no start condition on this straight six Ford. If you did enjoy watching this video, let me know about it by tapping that thumbs up button. If you did not enjoy this video or disagree with what I did or anything that any methods that I employed, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. All that being said, as always, once again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, have a great day. Powering down now. And put it in park. Goodbye, big green and black Ford.